Justin Stroud entered the spotlight when he made the decision to enter the aisle at a covert ceremony with Mama June. Greetings from my channel. I hope that everyone is enjoying a fantastic day. Prior to beginning the video, kindly click on the please rate and subscribe to this video. Like up, he has dated the famous person for some time and even went with her. Stroud had to leave drugs behind bars for doing narcotics at parties and was obviously an addict, but according to the situation he says he's been in, clean for some time and hasn't consumed alcohol with anything. However, it appears that the audience isn't persuaded by his justification. Recently, followers have observed some peculiar characteristics of Justin and began pondering whether he was still abusing drugs. He caused June to take drugs once more. Mama June, are you still high, Justin? Take him high. Star Justin Stad as Mama June lacks a positive reputation among the audience members. Disliked him when the mother abandoned her children just due to him. In addition to his addiction to drugs, also exacerbated the negative. The source claimed that Justin was purportedly expelled from treatment after the authorities discovered him having a party. GHB, however, as of late, he has been maintaining as pure as he says and hasn't relapsed for some time, but supporters now have a whole different viewpoint on the topic, as recently expressed in a Reddit thread, began asserting that Justin remained when he was high on drugs. They called him out on opiates and indicated his eyes. Numerous spectators concurred that the mother with his sight, Jun CB, appeared to was higher than what a consumer had anticipated. Having appeared in the show, he has undoubtedly been working on another project. Recounted the incident in response to a question Stad during a live event if he was high. Admirers said that the celebrity lost his calmly and declared that others were hateful. However, what was unexpected was that Justin never genuinely refuted it. A commentator certain that the spouse of Jun has relapsed as his face is growing paler and he is unable to remain constant as long as the user desires. Needs to fidget and itch. Admirers of Mama June worry that Shannon would likewise turn back to drugs as a result of Justin's drug abuse. Has been among the main causes of Shannon's household broke up in the. Apparently, Mama June spent the first spot over $1 million in drug purchases in a. She had a cocaine addiction for a year. Even spent 2019 incarcerated for the likewise. It was clear that simply due to the poisonous habits and way of life of the SB. In the end, Atlanta's custody was lost on her and began exchanging an aloof connection with each of her daughters as, according to Shannon, she's been clean for longer. Almost 3 years ago, June even acknowledged that she must now undergo the same tests and is required to deliver the medical records to the network occasionally. Among all viewers are now concerned that June might return to drinking and refuse to abstain. Apparently, Dustin is returning to his previous behaviors. There's a good possibility that he will also have an impact on his wife very rapidly. However, for the time being, these are only conjectures without proof, so keep returning to TB season, as well as spoilers for everything new. Mother June T. Amid the tumultuous realm of reality TV, in which celebrities and good fortune frequently comes with a high cost, the Shannon family was now widely recognized. Triumph and tragedy at the same time. In the middle of this swirl stood Mama June, a woman whose struggle with addiction was publicly displayed, but precisely when it appeared that she was on the route to redemption, a fresh danger surfaced, smearing some dirt over her strict sobriety, and fans are now worried about her future. All started with Justin's arrival. The spouse of stood Mama June and a figure veiled in secrecy and debate from the instant he entered the limelight. Fans weren't sure what he was up to, wondering if he genuinely thought what was best for Mama June or if He was only a piece in the larger game of addiction that had taken up all of her time. As the drama developed and the cameras filmed, it grew more and more. It was evident that Justin's history was anything. Still unclean tales circulated, saying he was. Drug use is still a risky habit that posed a threat to destroy Mama Jun's delicate recuperation and reintroduce her to the levels of dependency among Mama's followers. June from not being too hot the idea of. It was hard to watch Mama Jun relapse. They had been waiting impatiently to see. He battled valiantly to triumph. Her demons supporting her at every turn. The manner in which she took back her life and her honor. But now that she has Justin's, with their ambitions towering huge in there, start to disappear and be replaced with irritation, feeling of unease and apprehension. History repeating itself, one fan regretted on social media Mother June possesses. So far, but with Justin in the picture, imagine that she seems to be taking two backward steps. I only hope she understands the threat prior to it being too late as the rumors started to circulate more loudly and reached a high point. Mama June discovered herself split apart by the crossfire between her and Justin's love, dedication to abstinence for a long time. Addiction has been her enduring condition. Friend, a shadow that lingered in the deepest recesses of her thoughts, prepared to attack at the first sign of provocation, but today with the prospect of a fresh start looming large in the distance, Mama G was. When given a choice, would she choose to the past disappointments, or would she muster the fortitude to break the cycle of addiction permanently for Shannon's pumpkin, Mama Jun's offspring and steadfastest ally? The response was evident. Having saw her mother battle with addiction is depicted in graphic detail, demonstrating the toll it had taken on their lives, their families, and currently, as Justin's impact poses a threat to. With all of the advancements they had made, Pumpkin refused to remain silent and observe it occur once more in a heartbreaking exchange recorded. Pumpkin confronted Justin on camera regarding his drug usage be the severe one. Actuality of the circumstance and the results of his deeds, it was a time of raw, passionate ardent feeling. Sincerity is evidence of the power and tenacity of a daughter resolved to, at all means, keep her mother safe, but, despite Pumpkin's fervent request, Justin stayed resolute, his denials echoing hollow in the face of a mountain of data that said otherwise for him. Addiction was a cage he was able to escape, could never get away from the truth that Mama Ju recognized all too well as the weeks passed and the stress increased. Proceeded to climb, Mama June discovered herself split between the two at a crossroads. Devotion to Justin and her wish to have a better life, but every day that goes by, the allure of addiction intensified, menacing to swallow her up again in it's an engulfing embrace for Mama's admirers. June, from not having, never before had the stakes been higher, had devoted their hearts and time, supporting Mama Jun on her journey, each victory and lamenting her each setback, but with the threat of with addiction looming big, they had to, with an agonizing query, would Mama will June ever muster the courage to break free from its grip, or was her fate sealed to continue the despair cycle for eternity while the cameras kept rolling? One thing led to the drama's emergence. It was evident that the battle for Mama Jun's soul has much more to give, and the result was still up in the air, but amid the confusion and unpredictability, fans could hold on to one dream, though, the notion that Mama June would muster the courage to face her demons for all time, hoping that she would come out of the shadows more resilient and more robust than in the past, and the majority of most significantly, want that she would understand that battling for her wasn't worth it. Regardless of the price,